and to console each other.
Hello. I am sorry, but I must interrupt this show.
You know what it is. Hey, Ham Solo. It's time, baby. Low. It's time how we do. Hey.
They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we go. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we go. We say that you heard right. 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 Man, I swear that it's imminent. I've been going so hard on my penmanship. About to go in and buy me a whip. And I pull that shit fresh off the dealership. I can leave you in red like an Xbox. Got me laughing at you like you red fox. Got you chasing Hot Wheels like a matchbox. EA running the game and it don't stop. Super cold like I'm playing for Blizzard. Got you all in my sights like Red Dead Redemption. Never gonna slip on my pimpin'. Better get out my way, bitch, I'm on a mission. Really ain't no competition. I'm steady grilling opposition. I'm get up and ready to win. They can play it how they play, but fuck what you say. I'm getting this money today. Last of us like a dying breed. Down the ride like a noble steed. Fatality moves, I make you bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we go.
You know what? That was pretty fire.
I like that. That was awesome.
Fire. Yeah. I would have appreciated if you would have told me, because I was panicking for a minute. I was panicking, but you know what?
It's good.
Also,
a little bit of adversity before the show.
all's well that ends well. This guy. Okay, so Matt, I recently figured something out that is finally clear to me. So the Twitter viewers, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to engage with them, you have to open Twitter itself and go to the live stream, because the chats on Twitter or the comments on Twitter, etc., do not appear on StreamYard or YouTube. I'm sure they're going to work with they're going to work on integrating this, but as it stands, all the chats on Twitter do not appear on StreamYard.
Is there even a chat on Twitter?
YouTube. Yes. Well, it hasn't started, but I'm assuming all those times that we had like 100 people watching or 200 people watching, I'm assuming that people were chatting into the void, and I wasn't reacting to their chats. Ham wasn't. So yeah, this is something that we're definitely going to look into paying more attention to. Welcome in Mishi Miyagi, Vic, the motherfucking click, Too Big, appreciate you. Welcome in Raichi, the Longhouse Gaming Podcast. Cheers, brother. Cheers. Welcome. Joking good. Oh, yeah, Cozy will be a bit late. All right, just give her a minute. All right, let me open this live stream on Twitter just in case anyone says anything, I'll know to respond. All right, welcome in everyone to the 98th edition of BullSittin on TSWS Gaming. I'm Luke7. Joining me today is Mr. Matt Likes Games, Mental 9R, and our special guest, Brian Wood. Unfortunately, his camera is acting full, so Brian won't be showing us his beautiful mug. How's everyone doing?
Great.
Good.
Awesome.
All right.
Energetic enough for you? Awesome.
I was dry, like the Nevada desert dry. Anyways, we do have
like Woke Scout.
We do have a lot of news. We do have a lot of news to get to, but I will be skipping a specific portion of the news that Ham wants to be a part of. So I'm going to push that. A bit further. Before we get to that, Brian.
Yes.
Brian, we have a little tradition on TSWS Gaming where I ask one or two, questions about you so we can get to know you as a gamer. No pressure, no one's going to judge you for the rest of the show. No one's going to take this to Twitter to rip you, just laid back questions just so we can get to know each other, break the ice. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So first, you can make this as long or as short as you'd like to. How did you fall in love with gaming?
I think the first real game I played was Castle Wolfenstein. I was very young, and I don't know, just something about that game made me really start wanting to play more and more games. And I did, and that was way back, like 81, I think. So I was like 7 years old, and I've been
You
gaming
played
ever
Castle
since.
Wolfenstein, 7 years old.
Yeah, well, with my big brother, of course.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a bit graphic, right? At the time.
Yeah, well, I think most of it for me was my brother's just spending time with him, and I may have been more watching him play than playing myself, but
Uh-huh.
but that was what it was. That's what started it out for me.
Castle Wolfenstein. Okay. Okay. Going all the way back. Vic says, speak for yourself. I judge people. Well, there's one person that's going to judge you for your replies on this one. All right. So
Oh, there's going to be a lot.
yeah. All
It's
right.
low.
So Castle Wolf. Don't throw that on me. Castle Wolfenstein. All right. Brian, what is your most and least favorite thing about gaming today?
Well, my favorite thing is just new games. I like playing new games. Whether I end up liking the game or not, I always enjoy jumping into a brand new game for the first time. My least favorite thing is, I don't know, console wars, I guess.
What specifically
fair.
don't you like about console wars? I'm curious now.
People that take video games too seriously. It's funny. It can be funny to make fun of those people, but it also gets old really quickly. It kind of ruins, it's supposed to be about video games. It's not supposed to be about whatever that's about.
All right. Fair enough. All right, Brian, what's the best game of all time in your personal opinion?
Doom.
One game.
Doom.
Oh, let's go.
That was quick. The original Doom, not 2016 or anything.
No, the original, the first Doom.
One that's now on
I still play it today. I play it probably more than I play anything else.
You went further back than I did, so congrats on that. I went with Quake 2, but
well, now Quake is a close second.
Yeah.
Wow. Doom. Okay. All right. All right. What's
nothing
the best?
wrong with Doom, man? Great game.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it, dude. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna crap on the classics.
There's also a new game out that's basically Doom called Bolt Gun. I don't know if anybody's played
great.
it.
Bolt Gun is great.
Yeah.
It looks good. I'm not sure if I have time for it, but it looks good. Richie says, "What I love about video games is everything. What I hate are Dynasty Warriors games and all its iterations." Are you serious, Richie? You're going for Dynasty Warriors instead of microtransactions. Okay. Brian, what's the best console of all time?
Super Nintendo.
This man knows what he thinks about things. Usually people like pause and they're not sure and they're like, no, can I make 2 picks? This dude just Doom. Super Nintendo.
Yeah, it's instant.
Jeez.
I hummed and hawed. I was like, oh, geez,
Well,
man.
I just Super Nintendo, everything about that,
Oh,
about that console was
something's up with the internet.
so
Or is it me?
much
No, it's not you.
No, it's not
But
you. It's him.
improvement
We're losing them.
for the original NES.
Someone do
Not
CPR. Can you try and say that again?
I just
We're barely
looked
hearing you.
and how smooth the gameplay was.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we missed most of that, but
Most of that.
yeah,
Can
you're
you
breaking
summarize
up
it
on
real
us a
quick?
bit.
Yeah, internet was cutting in and out.
Brian?
I was
It's not
just saying that everything about that
Yeah.
console was better, improvement over the previous.
Okay. Better improvements over the previous one. Yeah. Solid. Raichi says Super Nintendo is full of awesome JRPGs. Also, the first Ogre battle game. Oh, okay. I think the Tactics Ogre games are overrated. That's just me. My brother in Kojima, Mr. Joanna Duck, welcome in. Welcome in. Did you see the MGS Minute documentary? No, I am actually in the field. As you can see, I'm not home, so there's
That's
no
not a
time
field.
to be.
That's not a field. This guy's lying on camera.
All
He's
right,
just chilling
all
on
right.
vacation or something.
Exactly. This man's at a resort. I'm in the
And he can't
field.
even.
That's why the window's
can't
closed, so we can't see the palm trees and everything, and
So we
the
can't see the
swimming
beach.
pool, and
The giant beach behind him. He's in the
Yeah,
Bahamas
yeah.
or something.
he's got
know
those
where this
curtains
guy's at.
shut. It's all strategic.
Oh my goodness.
I'm in the field, guys. Doing very important work.
Yeah, so
Mr. Joanna Duck, seriously, I thought we were friends. Says I'm in the field, as in a ranch in Texas. Okay. Okay, I thought we were friends. But
yeah.
I thought I could trust you with my secrets. Anyway, Brian, and this one,
Yes.
I don't think you're going to give us a quick answer on this one, but let's see. What is the best current console? Not PC, just video game console. What's the best one between the Nintendo Switch, the Series X and S, or the PS5?
The Series X.
Why?
Because I like the games on it.
That's all you need to know, Luke.
Series X has games?
Yeah, it actually has games. I know it's shocking. It's
Oh,
breaking
my
news.
goodness.
Wait a
Breaking
minute,
news.
though.
Wait. Fake
Xbox
news,
has
man.
no games.
There you go.
It is fake news.
Sacrilege.
Fake news. Oh, come on, Rich. Don't be doing this to me. PC because we get everything. Look, yeah. That's why I specifically said video game consoles. Get the
Steam
PCs
Deck.
out of here.
Steam Deck.
All right.
Although I should say I am looking forward to playing the Ronin game on PS5.
There you go.
Oh, okay. So you do have a PS5.
I have everything.
Okay. So what's all this talk about it looks mid? You're not demotivated at all by what you've seen so far?
I don't know. It looks great to me.
All right.
Yeah, like
I think we can
my
all
only
agree
pro-
that we like Brian.
Yeah, my only problem with that game is not even anything that it's doing wrong. It's just it looks like a more expansive Wolong, and I don't know that I'm ready to after just kind of beating Wolong. I don't know if I'm hyped to hop it. Also, it comes out on Dragon's Dogma 2 Day, so it's like, But yeah, eventually I'll get it.
All right. Well, Brian, people like you. Ding, ding, ding. We got a winner. All right. We need to see those 12 12 teraflops on display. No more cartoony games. Let's go Hellblade. All right.
Did you see the screenshots they released today of Hellblade?
I did
Yes.
not.
They look
Are they
ridiculous. They look crazy.
ridiculous?
They look really
Good
good.
or okay?
Yes.
They were
mean, who
showing
know-
off photo mode.
Yeah, and they really showed off photo mode. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Halo is about to be murked by Princess Peach's Showtime and Dragon's Dogma. Forbidden West can't catch a break. The only break Forbidden West can get is if they stop re-releasing the game. That's the
The only
break.
break
We
that game
all
can
need
get
a
is if they
break.
give us Killzone.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be awesome. Anyways, getting to the first topic of the day, the Summer Games Fest 2024 date and live stream details officially announced. This is from IGN. Summer Game Fest 2024 date and other info finally been revealed. Jeff Keighley's Summer Gaming Showcase kicks off with a live stream on June 7th at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. GMT, which means midnight my time. Are you serious? Hold on. When is this? June 7th. What day of the week is this? June 7th. Oh, it's a Friday. Oh,
Sounds
so
not bad.
right after our show, actually. Like as soon as we are done with the 2 hours, we can just jump on to the Summer Games Fest. But then I have to go to YZ show. All right. Anyway, Brian, what's your hype? Cozy, don't be texting in the chat. Bring your behind to the show. All right.
Cozy, get in here.
Pretty much. Brian, what are your excitement levels for Summer Game Fest 2024? Brian,
Nope. The internet is
did we lose him?
not good.
The only thing I really like about this is they usually put up some.
They put up some what? Oh man,
It's a
I think
struggle.
we're losing them. Yeah, might need
think
to
we're
try
losing.
disconnecting, reconnecting, or
Yeah, Brian, try
Yeah,
hopping
give that a
off
shot.
and then click on the link again.
Give that a shot.
All right. Ham. Welcome in,
Mr.
Ham. You
Solo
good?
in the house. Camera trouble
He's
though.
trying.
No signal.
He's
No
trying.
signal.
What is going, guys? I'm using internet. I'm using third world internet from a hotel room. Okay,
Well,
I'm not even
when
in
you're
the capital city of Mozambique.
when you're in North America, you have to pay more than $1.99 a month for your internet if you want reliable service. And I think that's the problem we're running into. Ham's paying $1.99. Brian's
Yeah.
on $1.99 special.
Stop being cheap, Ham. Don't be cheap, Matt.
Yeah.
Matt, hype levels for the Summer Games Fest.
I mean, I'm hyped because it's a game show and it's cool to see new games every year. I don't love Jeff Keighley, so I dock like a point for that. But
Hey, he's Canadian. Give the guy a break. He's Canadian.
Right.
He's growing up,
What's that about?
with challenges.
I mean, yeah, he seems.
Very
I'm
sweet
Canadian. I can
challenges.
say that. I can say
Some very
that.
sweet challenges. That's what Jeff Keighley's facing. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, he wants very much to be the face of the industry, and he's going to make himself the face of the industry, no matter what. So shout out to him. But as for the showcase, I'm excited. There's always something new, interesting. Usually, smaller games is kind of what catches my attention from Summer Games Fest, and then they end it with something big, which is nice. So I'm excited.
Okay. Welcome in, G Maybe Vincent Vega, my European brother. Welcome in. Mental hype levels for the Summer Game Fest? Cozy out
There's
here hating on
usually-
weed. Jeez.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to hate on it. There's usually something there that's entertaining and good. So I always look forward to it, see what's up, and maybe we'll get some interesting tidbits that come along the way. I think Jeff's an okay guy. I think his heart's in the right place. I just think his fanboyism shows through a little much sometimes. That's all. He tends to ignore things that he doesn't want to talk about and is quick to jump on the things he does want to talk about, like any human, right? But we all have our biases. But I think it'll, like I say, looking forward to it. Should be good.
All right. Damn.
So,
There he is.
did you like the new intro?
Like it. Loved it.
He was panicking. He was panicking. He
Would have
said,
been
"What happened
nice
to the
to get a
intro?"
heads up.
He said, "What happened to the intro? Where's it
And,
at?"
I meant to be here on time, but I just kind of got sidetracked. I had to get those preliminary shots into my lower back today, and I didn't expect it to run as long as it did, but here I am.
And
Right
how's
on.
the back that carries TSWS doing?
Stiff. It's very stiff right now. Numb
Stiff.
would be so like I have to go through 2 rounds of getting those shots, and then I actually got to get the nerves burnt from there. So yeah,
Damn,
That should be fun.
it'll be great.
it's a fun process.
It sounds fun. It sounds like very good time. So Matt, that means you have to do the heavy lifting today. Because I'm not doing it. Brian,
No,
how's
that's
the
all you,
internet?
buddy. You got it.
Brian,
Well, what are we
How's the
talking
internet?
about right now?
right? All right now. Oh, sorry, my bad. Summer Games Fest.
Summer Games
hype levels for
Fest.
Summer Games Fest.
Ah, man, whatever.
Leading
The
it
topics
up.
I mean,
you
it's
sent me,
cool,
I was
but-
like, let me keep these until Ham eventually rocks
It's
up. So
cool,
that's why
but
we didn't get into
but
that.
I got something else I want to talk about, because hype levels with that. I mean, that's what, like 3 months away. Like, who gives a shit?
Blink of an eye.
Oh yeah. Oh, in a blink of an eye. Yeah. In a blink of an eye, my daughter will be out of school. Let's slow down. Let's slow down a little bit. All
Slow
right.
down a bit. Stay a
Slow
little more
down.
current.
Okay. I'm still enjoying her being gone for several hours a day. So let's slow down. Let's relax. Let's dial it back a little bit. And I had something I particularly wanted to talk about. You guys
Cozy,
talk
what
about it
the
already?
hell? No, Ham, we did
No.
not talk about it because you sounded very passionate about it in the DMs. I was like, all right, let me.
I just thought that this was really cool.
Okay.
I just thought that this was really cool, and I feel like it's better to listen to it than it is for me to try to explain it.
Were you
So,
not? Were you not joking about the DJ Khaled thing?
No. I definitely was joking about that.
Okay, I was about to.
You
say
didn't review that, did you?
No, I didn't. I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm like, I was like, dude, is he gonna bring up DJ Khaled?
No, we're definitely not talking about DJ Khaled.
All right.
No, that was a joke. I just wanted you to hit me back and be like, yeah, I reviewed it, and man, I mean, I'm inspired by what DJ Khaled had to tell me.
Yeah,
And
very inspired.
I thought maybe he would inspire you to go back to school.
Yeah, go back to school again for the 3rd time.
Yeah,
God damn, maybe
maybe you'll have a group of maybe you'll end up having a group of security lift you from one place to another because you're wearing a fresh pair of J's.
Pretty much.
I'd love to see like a group of like 3 guys just lift up Matt, take him to a stage.
Probably take like 4, honestly.
I mean, if they're tough, if they're tough like Loke, it'd only take like 1, maybe 2.
Oh goodness.
Loke's
I wish.
a tough Texas. He's Texas strong.
Snap
Stop
Logan
it.
half.
But anyways, let me go on ahead
This
and get
guy.
to let me go on ahead and get to the thing that I want you guys. I wanted to share this with everybody that's watching because this shit is kind of nuts, but at the same, it's nuts because who it's from, in my opinion, and what he's saying
Yes, it
as
was,
well,
Vincent.
in my opinion, isn't crazy. I'm used to this person saying crazy, dumb shit. So, like, when he says something that's smart, like a lot of people want to be dismissive, like all the time. And I think Dave Chappelle was one of the best people to ever say this. And Matt kind of reminded me of this a while back. Remember, Dave Chappelle said, "Nobody's crazy."
Mhm.
Like people have a reason to be the way that they are. So I kind of thought some of this had to do with it. Let's just go on ahead and listen because I'm just
I don't know,
beating
man.
around the bush.
Cozy kind of crazy. I'm just saying.
All right, let's go.
That it's not that gamers are upset about oh, hey, we have some diversity in the game. It's actually the way that they go about it, with pure tokenism, with phoning in weak characters instead of creating strong new characters. And more importantly, it's about a vindictiveness to destroy the past, to destroy the IP, to ignore the source material, and to tear apart these beloved characters in some sort of fitful rage that we don't understand and is very disingenuous. And I think that is the tremendous reaction to Suicide Squad. And this is going to have an immense financial impact. The way games are funded, you don't use your own money, even EA. Okay, games are hugely expensive to make. They're upwards of 250, sometimes $600 million. It's incredible.
Yes, Vincent Vega. That's Grums. What the fuck, right? Let me go on ahead and keep going, and then I'll read you the actual message from Twitter itself here in just a little bit. But
Transcript.
let him keep cooking.
For certain live games, it's incredibly how expensive they are. And to do that, your CFO is your best friend. You're counting on your CFO to get you tax breaks, to get you in, put studios in regions which are financially favorable, and you will borrow the cheap money. You will get a cheap money to do it. Even EA does this. I worked with EA. We were putting together a deal where they were taking bailout money from the banks in the last financial crisis, and they were applying that cheap money towards games. Same thing with COVID money. They're applying that cheap money towards games. And what has been the cheapest money while interest rates were still low, a couple of years ago? It was ESG financing. And so they're going to take this money and they're going to put it into games. But now that they don't have that money anymore because ESG is either being diminished or rebranded because the returns on investment have been so poor on Wall Street for ESG funds, that source of revenue is drying it up. This woke machine cannot continue in the way that it is now for AAA gaming. And I think, unfortunately, it's so entrenched that you're not going to see much of an ability to course correct because the studios are
they're
so
just going to shut down,
infected.
right?
They're going to shut down.
Yeah.
And this is truly the rise of AA gaming, or what some of my fans call S tier gaming. This is
like Helldivers.
Like
stuff like that.
Helldivers, Pal
Yeah.
World, the Diablo West
Pal
game
World,
that
yeah.
came out. I forget the name of that. Really incredible success stories in a period where game companies are experiencing significant losses. The bleeding will continue until, and no one's going to wake up from it. Unfortunately, it's going to be a total nosedive.
So that's what was said in that podcast. But let me go on ahead and read what this person, James Lindsay or whatever, at Conceptual James. This is what he says. So he says, Gamergate 2 is underway. Former game executive and developer at Blizzard, Mark Kern, Grums, the way. All right, so he just like used his. Okay, so the whole thing is just a quote off of what he just got done saying. So I guess I'm not going to read all that bullshit. But anyway, so I want to hear from you guys. Like, I want to start with I want to start with Mental on this one because he's the brother next to me because I don't know how I got put over here. But since Mental's next to me, I want him to go first and kind of talk about what he thinks about this because this is something that, I mean, usually I feel like if we have a problem with doing this within, like that's just being human beings. We like to discredit people just because they've done dumb things in the past and or said dumb things in the past or been very ignorant or maybe a terrible person, racist, chauvinistic, whatever. I'm not saying Grums is any of those things, but I'm just saying there are people out there that are insane or said insane things in the past. But is he lying? Like, I want you to go first, Mental.
There's a lot of logic in what he's saying, and I think that's logic is something that's missing from this conversation in a lot of cases. I wouldn't be surprised if he's right that you see a lot of studios just close rather than retool. As to the state of how much, I don't know what the word he was that he used, that the woke movement has ingrained itself within every studio that exists today. Who knows, right? The reality is, and I've said this before, if suddenly all the games start being good and the narratives make sense, none of this would matter. It would just kind of go away. But I don't know that we're going to see that type of change. There's been so much stuff in the last week still about all of this, the sweet baby stuff that I know you love that topic, Ham. But it's not going to go away anytime soon either, I don't think. It still seems to be drawing huge views on the channels that are talking about it. So there's I've said it before, everybody, when people have an agenda, they have every right to have that agenda. They have every right to have their opinions, their beliefs, their ideologies. It's how you go about exercising that right, I think, that's kind of fallen by the wayside with a lot of this. And it's just a little bit too pushed to the forefront, and it's just upsetting people. There's a lot of people that don't agree with it, apparently, and they're making their voices heard. And for me, the big impact is when games get worse, it's not a good path to go down. And I think we've seen a lot of that where a lot of the storylines don't make sense. And there's going to be repercussions for that. Sadly, I do think it will result in studio closings and as the bigger publishers retool, maybe new studios are created, but with a different path in front of them. It's hard to say. It'll be interesting, though. I think we're in interesting times, and we're going to see smaller studios likely coming to the forefront in a lot of areas.
I like with what you said, and Matt, I'm going to go to you next, but I'm going to ask you a different question. I'm going to
go for it.
Kind of spice it up a little bit. All right. So with that being said, and what Mental had to say, do you think that it is like an actual ongoing issue, or do you think that it is the lack of a creativity with said already pre-established IP that is making these games not do that well? And I guess, long story short, what I'm asking you is, do you think that it's more beneficial to create a new IP and see how it works, or to try to repaint, rebrand, or reignite current IP?
Well, there's examples of current IP just being the focus. We make jokes and everything about PlayStation, but it's kind of an industry-wide issue. But like PlayStation with Last of Us, we'll remake Last of Us, we'll remaster Last of Us Part 2, as opposed to taking a chance, having a little bit of creativity, coming up with something brand new. And at the same time, it's a huge risk. It's a huge risk that not a lot of people seem willing to take right now. And I guess you look at the state of the industry, and it's like we're getting all these great games, and if you're on the outside looking in, you're not really into the whole aspect of this thing like we are. Then you're like, well, we're getting great games. The industry must be an amazing state right now. It's really not. It is really not in a good state at all. And I think it limits I don't know if it limits the desire, but it limits the opportunity to take risks when it comes to doing brand new things and giving people new experiences.
Like, all right. So, what kind of wall do you think needs, or not wall, but I guess like what kind of things do you think need to be figured out when it comes to reusing an old IP? Like let me use this for an example, and I want you to chime in on this as well, Loke, because I'm gonna hit you right in the gut. You ready, Loke?
Yep. I'm here, bruv.
Okay.
Punch
Okay.
away.
For 0.5 seconds, I was unsure where you were. But anyways,
No, I'm
Thought he was
listening.
frozen.
So as of recently,
My internet's awesome. All right,
no, your internet's doing just fine. I've got no complaints.
let's go.
I mean, Texas is evolving, but
Oh my god.
but so with the new announcement or thoughts being brought to the table, and me and K Mega kind of got into it a little bit about this. There has been talks about possibly the dude from Breaking Bad, Gus,
Mhm.
and Denzel Washington being Magneto and Professor Xavier in a new X-Men movie. I want you to go first on this, Matt, because I feel once Loke starts, it's going to be hard to shut him up.
I mean,
Cap.
it's hard for me to say. I think I love Giancarlo Esposito and most things he's done. It's hard to think of anything bad he's done. And Denzel Washington is fucking Denzel Washington. But like at the same time, are they the guys for that? I don't know. I mean, I would kind of.
Isn't it one of those moments where you kind of cover your face, but you get like the.
Yeah. Like I want to see it, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't think that's gonna hit for me. But I want to see it. So I don't know. I kind of have to defer to Loke on this because I'm sure he's a lot more passionate about those.
Yeah,
IPs.
Look, like let's go to you, brother, because you're more into the comic books and you like the lore of it, and you're very passionate when anybody says Bladette, or you're usually the only person that says that. Okay. Anyways,
That's my
go ahead,
phrase.
brother.
All right, that's my phrase. If anyone ever says Bladette in the future, you know that they stole it from me. Sir X-Man, thank you so much for the membership chat. Man's been a member for 8 months. Appreciate you. Says Loke with his bald head. It is what it is. All right. I've made peace with it. All right. Also, Loke with his bald head would be perfect for Xavier. All right. So when Matt was saying what he was saying, I came up with the
If it wasn't
perfect
for your
analogy.
hairline, Look, you'd have more hair than me.
I came up with the perfect analogy. Pardon anyone that doesn't follow American sports. All right. Ham, Matt, Brian, and Mental. These two guys playing Xavier and Magneto would be like taking Magic Johnson and trying to play him as a center for his entire career. Or taking Cam Newton and trying to make him a receiver. Like, these are two exceptionally gifted people. Exceptionally gifted. But for the roles that we're proposing, they probably don't fit. But they're so gifted, so talented. They might just pull it off. So,
yeah, it's like LeBron. It's like the whole LeBron football wide receiver talk, right?
Yes, It's like I want to see it. Like
Yeah.
if anyone has the power to put LeBron as a receiver at his peak,
I
I
gotta
would
see that
watch
shit.
that game. I would watch that career.
I'm kind
So
of so stoked that me and Lo kind of say the same thing here. Kind of like that.
yeah,
Wow, you
the
guys
only thing I'm
agreed
concerned about,
rarer than me and Lo.
the only thing I'm yeah, that's true. And me and Matt were always like East and West, but the only thing that concerns me is Giancarlo. If I'm not mistaken, Giancarlo said that he would like to play Xavier, but without the chair, and he has the wrong age, and that's a thing with people that don't read the books, right? Xavier usually
Xavier before the
after,
chair was a black man.
after 50, after oh god,
That'd be pretty
after
tough.
after wow, Ham, just God damn.
You're not wrong. That would be a tough sell, I think.
Oh man, talk about mad.
Wow.
I don't know which group would be more angry.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a couple of concerns for me because the first one is the chair thing. Giancarlo, like many people, don't understand that Xavier, most of his depictions without the chair, he's the young Xavier. And then after like maybe his 40s or 50s, it's always the seated Xavier. And then you have the second part of how are they going to pull off the reason why Magneto and Xavier clash, because they clash because of an ideological problem, and I don't trust the Hollywood writers to come up with an ideological difference. I can see them making this a race thing. I don't think they're talented enough to come up with a script that will not boil it down to race and how one side is like Martin Luther King and the other side is Malcolm X. Essentially, that those are my two big concerns with this proposed X-Men thing. But I would watch it. I
Yeah,
probably won't go to the cinema, but I'll watch it.
I would really hope that Professor Xavier would be Denzel Washington, so he could be like, Wolverine, you're on the strong side. You know, remember I mean, he is the coach, and remember the Titans. I mean, he could
Wow.
definitely coach his group. You know what I'm saying? Cyclops, take your ass to the weak side.
You know what I love about Denzel? You'd probably be like, no, Denzel's the type of guy that would be like, that role was that time. This is another role. I don't think he would let that fly, and he has the clout to tell writers to go fuck off. So that's something. The movies ruined Cyclops. Yes, they did. They nerfed Cyclops to hell and back. It was so sad. It was so sad to see Cyclops the way they did the
Dude,
movies.
Cyclops
But anyway.
was one of my favorites, man. He was like the one person that like could give me like a Dragon Ball Z blast feel. It came out of his eyes, and I just thought it was so legit. Like he's just like, don't touch the glasses. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
can't touch the glasses or you die. Like it was like it was legit. So like, man,
And
I
he's
wish
a
they did a
team leader.
standalone movie of just him.
Nah, I want Bishop. Cyclops can go fuck off. I want Bishop. Not
Nope.
because he's black.
I want
Well,
Cyclops.
it helps that he's black, but Bishop. For me, I like the cyberpunk future where they imagine like the worst of the mutants and the worst of humanity, and then you put in technology and time travel. That's what I want to see. I want to see Bishop.
I'd also like to see a Doctor Doom movie. Just saying.
Ugh, we need to stop with this thing about making villains protagonists. We've had enough of that. Villains
I
are the
want
bad
it
guys.
just to be bad, though. I don't want anything to be good about it.
Oh, okay.
I want it
shit
just to be
myself.
terrible. Like, I don't want you to feel bad. I don't want you to wish he came back to life. Like, when a dude dies, I mean, he dies. Maybe it's good for the other side. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I want to see like a plot
That is
and
true.
in like a whole story written about a main enemy all the way to his demise and how he'll be written in history as just the worst person of all time. just like I mean, who wouldn't want to see something crazy like that, right? Like, no, I'm not saying anti-hero. I'm literally saying like, yo, take, I don't know, Zod and literally go through his life and all the way up until he dies versus Superman.
Man, we might get sympathetic. We might end up start liking him. That's
No, I don't
dangerous.
want any sympathy moments. I want just
Make
him
him a
sending
proper
people
bad
off
guy.
to die. So then you feel like, man, this guy really needs to die. Because he's just like
So it's a
murdering.
happy ending.
Yeah. Maybe there's some
Don't
sob
put
stories
those
about
words
people
together.
that he's pillaging.
God, mental.
Yeah, maybe there's a sob story as like he forced me to be in, forced me to be recruited and started off with, I don't want to go to war for him. And then that person gets killed by Zod. And you're like, man, I really don't like Zod. And the movie continues.
Yeah.
Like any kind of
This is
love
wild.
attachment you got, you end up losing it right at the beginning.
Hating the dude.
Yeah, a bunch of hate purchases. I mean, hate purchases rule the world right now, right?
Yeah, hate clicks,
I mean, how many people
That
you
is
see
true.
saying, I'm buying this game just because it's murder?
Dude, Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy. No, let's be real. Hogwarts Legacy. There was a lot of people that were like, you know what? I'm gonna buy Hogwarts Legacy 5 times just to piss off whoever. And a lot of us didn't take it seriously, Ham. I didn't take it seriously. I was like, I think people are just capping. People are not gonna buy this game just to buy it. 23 million plus.
You know what I just recently learned? You know what I just recently learned that's nuts is people like Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber and like these popular dudes or popular musicians, when they see that they're close to like the top of the charts, like the top 5 or whatnot, they will go to like Best Buys and buy all of the albums. They'll buy like racks and racks just to be even closer to the top of the charts or to maintain the number 1 spot.
Ew.
They'll also like buy, radio time to be played more than somebody else that happens to have a better song. But, if this is on the radio longer or being played a ton more, then, it's just crazy. It's crazy how much results and rewards and things like that aren't really earned but bought. It's wild.
Dude, even YouTube channels, if we're gonna really get into it. Even YouTube channels. If me and you woke up tomorrow like, all right, let's start funneling in money instead of content into TSWS, we could start having like 1,000, 10,000 people watching us.
That's literally why I think we have as many people watching. It says on Twitter that we have right now, it says we have 94 people watching. It says I have 37. Loke has 36, ironic. And TSWS has like no followers on it. Has 6 people. Has 6 people watching from that. And I'm just like, what is Elon doing in the background trying to like pretend that people give a damn about watching shit off of this platform? All this is cap. And we didn't do anything to do this. And I know that there are people out there that have like YouTube channels and stuff like that where they have like bots like running up the numbers and stuff like that. And I'm proud to say I've never done that. And I'm also proud to be able to tell you straight up that these Twitter numbers that we're seeing right now, I don't buy it. Loke likes it.
Chatting.
Loke likes to see it. I don't buy it. I look at it,
but no one's chatting. That's what's weird. Because I opened.
Yeah, if it's bots, then nobody would be chatting.
Yeah, I opened Moriarty's live stream a couple of days ago, and I noticed that the chats on Twitter were actually speaking. They were engaging, the people that were on Twitter. See, Mental just commented, "Is anyone here?" and nothing.
Yep.
God damn.
Just
I don't know what
100
that's
people
all
say,
about. I
yeah.
think it's weird.
Just all of a sudden, chat just starts going.
Oh, if that happens, that's wow. Conspiracy theory. Let's get this super chat here from Silent Cypher. Thank you so much, Silent Cypher. I really like James Marsden as an actor, but they made him a baby back biatch as Cyclops in the movies. Anyone have any thoughts on this? Because I do.
Hey, we got a response.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
Who you asking for? Dude says, "Who you asking for?" Why you like this,
That's
dude?
perfect.
Why you like this? Seriously. Jeez.
Yeah, but if there's a bunch of people watching, like the chat would just go nuts real quick, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
they would just start spamming like fuck ham or something like that. Like, can someone just start spamming fuck ham, please? I beg you. Like, I will probably pay you to do it.
Oh, okay, so now people are leaving YouTube to go spam on Twitter. That's great.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's mental. There was some question as to whether or not anyone was actually here watching the stream.
Hey, you can go to hell too, Doomsayer.
Doom said fuck ham. Doom said fuck ham.
I twist my foot off in your ass, boy.
We need to get more people. We need to get more people saying fuck ham in the chat. Let's go, people. I believe in you guys. All
Come get that
39 of you.
Midwest
That's the
hospitality.
engagement. That's the Twitter engagement.
Oh man.
Hey man, engagement is engagement. That's all I have
Bunch
to
of
say.
bots just
As
saying
for the
fuck
whole-
ham.
As for the whole Cyclops thing, guys, it's not that they made him like a baby back biatch, because Cyclops did have an arc of being a baby back biatch in the comics and even in the 1997 cartoon, but they stayed too long on that one. They didn't give him the time to shine. Not even as the destroyer. He didn't even have the Krakoa like arc of leadership. Nothing. They just left him in that specific arc, and they were like, "This is you forever." All right. Doom's asking, "Where's this going?" Doom, I think this has run its course, brother. I think you're the only one watching on Twitter right now. Why is it 42 people on Twitter now? All right.
But
All right.
There's a
wonder
lot
if
of people
that's
saying
just-
some pretty cool stuff to me.
I wonder if that's just like how many people have looked at it, not necessarily a count of how many are there.
Really?
I don't know.
It
I know
says
that I've had
views.
this
It doesn't
attached
say
to Twitter for some
viewers,
time.
right?
Oh my god!
Oh
these are
God!
great.
Viper said, "Fuck
Viper's
him,
I'm only rocking with Silent
Twitter.
Cypher over here.
Twitter for the win."
I ain't giving none of you bitches the wrench. Silent Cypher, you the man.
We get more people on the Twitter side, and you guys don't even have to say anything about the topics. Just hop on Twitter and say "fuck him." Just do it. Just do it. I believe in you guys.
I hope Cozy's bird pecks her fucking eyes out.
That bird is a treasure. All right.
Where is Cozy? What's she doing?
Anyone have anything to add on the whole
good
Marsden
question.
thing and how he was used
Probably
in the
cleaning
X-Men
bird
movies?
shit off of her mic.
Out
Damn.
of her hair.
Okay, so we're good on the whole X-Men thing.
Yeah, I think it's run its course.
All right. Well, I do want to address this thing that Ham. I'm shocked right now because since this whole thing started, you have been running away from this like a vampire running away from the sunlight. What happened? What made you say, "I need to face this. I need to discuss this. I need to go in depth on it"? Because I'm not even stressed about Sweet Baby right now. Right now, I want to figure out what the hell happened. Where's Ham Solo? Is this body snatchers or something? What happened?
No, this had nothing to do with Sweet Baby as much as it is like the whole gamer gate idea and just the idea of, AAA gaming being different. Like I don't really care about the whole Sweet Baby thing, but but one thing that I have noticed is and I've noticed this for years, and this goes way beyond gaming. So like I said, this goes beyond Sweet Baby as well. Is it's just like people's nonstop attempt of remaking shit over and over and over for decades and decades and decades. And for me, it's just like some things work. Some things like work. Some people figure out good ideas to keep things pushing. But I feel like some people don't understand that they made a mistake by overdoing it, in one, or seeing somebody else do something dumb and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring too and kind of do what they did, but I'm gonna try to make it just a tad bit better or something like that. And it just doesn't work out. Like, I'm just tired of the copy and paste that we see within this industry. I mean, you go to Netflix, what is there? That 90s show. There is what, a new Full House. There's a new Wonder Years.
Yes.
There's a new, there's probably some new type of SpongeBob rewritten by somebody. There's a new Dragon Ball Z that's just shortened out and cuts up some of this. And then, I mean, like, it's just like there's a new version of the same old shit. And we always, like 9 times out of 10, we always say, man, the old shit was way better than. And it's like, and it's not bad that they're remaking some of it, but it's just like when it feels like the old shit being remade is more prominent than anything that's been put out new lately. Or it seems more or less that, we're getting the same, groceries, but expecting bigger outcomes when it comes to like the buffet. You know what I mean? It's just like these companies say, you know what? Year over year, we did great last time. The next year, we want to do even greater, but we're going to use the exact same ingredients. And it's like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, you're not going to get you're not going to get higher sales by using the same shit. Like, even like if anybody's been moving proper, in my opinion, and also taking lumps at the same time while maneuvering, I'd say one of the best people to do it right now is Rockstar. Rockstar has been crushing it and have been maneuvering properly for the most part. They have made mistakes, like we've seen that last Grand Theft Auto remaster was ass, right? It was ass. But they knew right around the corner they have the biggest game anybody really cares about. And you know what they did? They doubled down on the online aspect since they seen that's where the money was flowing to. They adjusted properly, whether I love it or not. They knew how to adjust properly, and they know where they get their bread buttered, right? They know tomorrow if they announce Red Dead 3 that people are going to be in line and the game ain't even, got even a picture on the front or whatnot. Or but they also got enough trust within people that they could say, hey, we're bringing out this brand new IP and we don't even know how to describe it. People are getting stoked. It's just like Kojima. The way that they move is differently because they also, because they put a lot of effort and they don't care about what everybody else thinks. And to me, that is like the Achilles heel to this business, is caring about what other people think instead of making art like art is supposed to be made. I mean, think about it. What if there was somebody behind Vincent Van Gogh saying, nah, dog, that is not going to appeal to the right demographic. Like, you think he'd be able to make the painting of his life, of his legacy? Michelangelo, same shit. The reason we have prominent art and prominent sculptures and prominent, like things about the Earth is because they are special and they stand out in their own particular way without somebody having to explain. I think it's really that.
So you're saying you don't want a remake of the Mona Lisa?
What's the point? What's it
I'm
worth?
just kidding.
No, I'm dead serious. What's
exactly
it worth?
though. No, that's
People
You need some
exactly.
dreadlocks,
People
some
do
face
that,
tattoos,
but what's it?
pronouns. All right,
People
Mona
literally
Lisa
remake paintings,
is
but what are they
is
worth?
white hate. All right,
Nothing,
Mona Lisa
yeah.
is racist. Fuck it, I'm saying it. Mona Lisa is racist. That's what it is. It's
Do
oppressive.
you see what I'm saying though? People literally do remake these pictures, but what is it worth? Like when a person goes in, and I watched this off of a Ramsey TV show like called Hotel Hell or something. I love Gordon Ramsay shows and shit like that. I like watch all this shit. But
You
I was
watch a
watching
white
this
man,
episode of
Ham,
Hotel Hell,
a
and this
blonde white
woman
man.
walked in. This dude swore he had everything authentic, all this stuff. This woman walked in about 3 minutes. She just walked around the painting, looked at it from the side, and she said, "That's a copy." She's like, "But it's." Dude was like, "But it's real paint." And he's like, "Yeah, people repaint famous paintings all the time. It's a copy. It's not real." In just a couple seconds, and that thing that he thought was worth hundreds of thousands of dollars ended up being worth about $2,000.
Damn.
Yeah, it looks and seems just as great, right? But seeing that you're
Gears of War
remaking
5.
something that's already famous, it's not worth shit.
Ham, in the video, that guy said something that brought me right back to when I bought Gears of War 5 and my brother bought his ticket from Beta to Maputo, and I took time off from work and he took time off from work when Gears of War 5 came out, and we replayed Gears of War 1, 2, 3, and all the midness that is 4. And we were like, let's get into 5. Let's do this. And I've said this once and I'll say it again. Sorry, I've said this many times, but I'll say it again. That vindictive nature, it always seeps into the fans, especially the fans that care about the story. I'm not saying that every Gears of War fan loves the story. For those that care about the lore, you cannot deny that first scene at the village when I don't know her name, I don't care to know her name, I am done with Gears after Gears 3. Unless someone comes back and tells me that they've revamped the whole thing and now Gears is good again. The female protagonist goes up to Marcus and his son, and I'm paraphrasing here. She says, "This is not about you, Mr. Straight White Man. You are upset not because the shit's going to the fan. You are upset that this whole thing's not about you." And I'm just like, bitch, I don't even know you.
Wait, where did you get that from?
What?
Gears of War 5.
5. Yeah.
5.
When you're in the
You said
village, when you're
4, I
in
thought.
the village,
Yeah.
5. No, 5.
Yeah,
When you're
right
in
at the beginning.
village,
Yeah.
there's a scene where the female protagonist, and I'm paraphrasing here, essentially says
Yeah.
to the
paraphrase.
former male protagonists, "This is not about you." And me and my brother, as we're playing, had a visceral reaction to that exact moment. At the same time, we were in the game. At that moment, we both like slouched back and looked at each other like, dog, is this me? Did I misunderstand what's happening here? We both felt like, and I'm going to use another example with anime. We both felt like Goku is Dragon Ball, and now we're getting a character who goes to Goku and says, "You ain't shit. Sit down. This is about me." And then me and my brother, as the audience, are like, no, we came here for Goku. We did not come here for you. And for those people that were able to move forward with it and whatever, that's cool. That's cool. But from that video from Grums that you just showed him, I can pinpoint the exact moment when I was like, oh, okay, so I'm done with Gears. From 1 to 3, that's it. The same way with Matrix, it's 1 to 3, and that's it. Because it's not even about remaking things, Ham. It's not. I'm watching Bleach right now. Bleach is still Bleach. They stopped making Bleach for a solid 10 years, and then they came up with the 1,000-Year War. It's still fucking Bleach. I swear, if Bleach was taken from the Japanese and given to anyone in the US, Ichigo is not your main character anymore. Byakuya is not the big brother anymore. Like, everything would be changed. It's not the same anymore. And it's like, dude, there's a reason why there was anticipation to the 1,000-Year War in Bleach. Because you set the stage. You gave us what we wanted, give us more of that good shit. With Gears of War 5, I was frustrated at first, but then I was like, you know what? It's still Gears. Let's go have fun. But the vindictive nature of we must tear it down. There was no need to tear down Marcus or anyone from Delta Squad. There was no need. You have these new characters, go and have fun with them. Cool, let's do this. Why do you have to spray paint? Why do you have to take a piss? Why do you have to shit on the characters and the people that made me even think to give you a minute of my time and my money? I wouldn't give a shit about whoever the main protagonist is for Gears 4 or 5 if 1, 2, and 3 hadn't been there before. That's all I wanted to say.
Woo. I told you Logan's going to get nuts.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say nothing. Go ahead, finish reading the transcript.
No. There, like I said earlier, there's nothing really to read because this was just a quote, pretty much. But I agreed with a good portion of what he was saying, just because, like I said, I go back through just things just tirelessly being remade. In my opinion, it's just.
Let's get Brian here in the chat now, after you're done.
Yeah. And I wanted to ask Brian a question too, but we got so far off of the topic a little bit. But I was going to ask Brian as well what he kind of thinks of just the overall sentiment that is this post and what this person had to say, Grums, that is, had to say about this whole Gamergate possibility.
And I'm sorry, Ham, I'm sorry, Brian, I'm also sorry. God damn it. When I start, I find it very hard to stop. I'm so sorry, but I need to say this. Cozy says the conversation he's talking about is because they were being good little cogs and she's not. Like, they're all cogs for a reason. But that's the thing, Cozy. And I know you've played the other the other Gears of War games. They're not always good cogs. There's several times when Marcus has gone off and done whatever he thought was right? And then there was the abandonment from Baird, right? And then let's not even get into the fact that Cole cannot stick with the squad when he gets in the rhythm, especially if you've read the books, all right? The issue is not that she wasn't being a good cog. The issue is that she was painting the rest of the cogs, the legacy cogs, as you're not relevant. You don't matter. If she was just going off on her own little tangent and doing some wild stuff, whatever, dog. People have, although we have to function within a unit, people have their personalities. for anyone that's ever been on a unit, you know what I'm talking about. And then when you put in adrenaline there as well, it can get wild. Point is, there was no need to denigrate and humiliate the legacy characters. And I know a lot of people talk about, oh, the legacy, they're not really, they don't really matter, or they stand for this or they stand for that. Bro, if you didn't care about these white created characters, you wouldn't be out here trying to get the white man's IP. All right? If we're being real about it. Make your own stuff. Since the white man's IP is shit, since it's so trash, go and make your own shit. And don't come to me about, oh, we need to use established canon. Go to Japan. These guys are starting new shit every 5 seconds. There's a new anime, there's a new movie, there's a new franchise that's popping in Japan. Just admit it. You don't have the creativity. You want to grift and you want to use someone else's IP. Admit it and we'll respect you more.
As rough as that sounded, Loke, I 100% agree. I mean, it sounded fucking rough, but yeah, I 100% agree. Like, it's just like, if you want something to be more tame, I'm not gonna go to a Slipknot concert and tell everybody to calm down.
Bro, what are we talking about? Don't go to a Nicki Minaj concert. I mean, talk about people. Why are they naked?
I'm not gonna go to a Chief Keef concert and tell everybody to stop smoking weed.
What are we doing?
Like what? Like what are we doing?
Yeah, it goes.
I'm not gonna go to a Meg Thee Stallion concert and tell everybody it's illegal to
stop
twerk.
Twerking.
No twerking. You know what I won't do? I mean, you know what I will do? Mind my own business. Do something else.
Don't.
Find something that entertains me. And if I don't see anything that entertains me, I need to make something entertaining for myself.
Goes to what I said before, right? Like, step out, take a risk, build your own game, and see what happens. Right?
Or just admit that you don't know how to create. It's fine. It'll hurt less. Be honest.
Honesty is rare these days, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck.
There are plenty of people in the world
I didn't want to go off
to,
on a tangent.
In my opinion, there are plenty of people in the world that want to support somebody's idea or put somebody's idea to life, but they don't have the funds. And I feel like I talked about this last week. Like, there are plenty of people out there that just want a job. They don't care what they're really doing at the job. They just want to make sure that they're making good money. And if they happen to be giving you what they need to give you to get that check at the end of the day, they'll do it. So it's just like I said, instead of diving into somebody else's workplace, because that's kind of like, if we're talking about Sweet Baby in particular, that's what this whole situation is, right? Where it's just like, you're diving onto somebody else's project and telling them, don't use this type of grenade, use this one right here, because it's just more explosive. It looks cooler to me and to my associates. What you have is fine, but it's not quite the explosion that I want to see. You know what I'm saying? So like, that to me is weird compared to like, yo, if you want to see that, why don't you go talk to somebody that's looking to make those changes in. But see, this is in my opinion, it's part of the whole kind of trend that we see today, and it's clout chasing, right? So we see clout chasing as being like a thing, right? Like, I mean, you see it from gang members talking about who they murdered, and then they make a song about it, and they go to Twitter. I'm not kidding. Like people do that. Like people do that, and Matt knows damn well
that went dark quick.
You talk about that shit, and I've watched all sorts of crazy, wild documentaries about how things like that happen more often than you anticipate, and it's nuts. But but it's just they're doing it for what? Because they know people will want to see it, or people will like find it interesting because it's extremely toxic and crazy, but it's none of their business. They don't have any stake in the game. So yeah, sure. And as a person that works at a record label, you're like, hell yeah, that's exactly what people want to see. I'll pay you to do that. You know what I'm saying? So like, what's the difference between that and somebody that got big bucks and they see that oh yeah, you're making this kind of game and I don't really have anything positive to add other than my quick little spin that will let everybody know that I was part of it, and you just put me in the credits in it. I get my clout off of that. Like you see how many people, or not how many people, but how many tags there were in that Sweet Baby like argument thing to how many different games there were. You didn't have a problem with your name being in the credits until people found out why they were in the credits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just like, if I just so happen to get a ring by playing for the Chicago Bulls with Michael Jordan, and I'm over here just, letting everybody know, yo, man, I got 6 rings myself. You ain't shit. Like, but, I was the water boy. And I just so happened to get those rings because I knew somebody from the Chicago Bulls that was poor and they just needed to sell some shit. And I just happened to have the money. So I bought it from them and now I hold the power, right? I can tell you that, hey, I was there. You could see me in those pictures. I was part of the team.
That's wild.
I was in the credits. I didn't do shit. But
you did nothing.
But I was in the credits. So now it's like, is the product good? Yeah, it's good until it goes bad. And then you get caught up on something that, oh man, this is really bad and we need to find out who's responsible. You just so happen to be responsible, bruh. So now you got to deal with the smoke. Yeah, it was cool when nobody was looking at you, but now everybody's looking at you.
Now everyone's paying attention. So dude, for me, if my name was in the credits for a video game, and then someone started pointing out these are all the games that Luke has worked on, my immediate reaction is not to try and get the people that are doing free marketing for TSWS and me as well. My reaction is not to get those people silenced. That's not my reaction. My reaction is to retweet whatever it is that they're doing. Like, yo, y'all make sure to click on this site and see everything that I've done, right? Because that's my club. You know what I mean?
Like, hey, all you Steam users, if you want to know what we're working on, here's a list. Flip the script a bit, see what happens, right? Then you'll find out what your support's like.
Quickly.
Or not like. But, that's the reality check. And I think that's what bothers me with a lot of this stuff is rather than take constructive criticism, I mean, some of it's not overly constructive. It's pretty harsh. But rather than take the criticism and say, hey, we got to do better because people aren't liking what we're helping produce. Rather than taking that approach, it's the attack and defend and I don't know. It's the negative divisive actions that they take, I think. Like I said before, they're their own worst enemy. If I was their PR rep, I'd be telling them all to just shut up, stay off social media, put your head down, do a good job, and then all of it goes away. Simple as that. Do a good job.
Just do your job. Do your job.
Yeah, create interesting characters.
Gogo Paul asked an interesting question. He says, where do you draw the line? Like, what is considered woke or not? I don't know
that is a good question.
Any one of you guys.
Sometimes when people tell me something's woke, I'm just like, settle down. like for instance, and I mean, I don't know how you feel about this look. Maybe you feel differently than I do, but like that whole conversation about having the option in Starfield to pick, him, her, or what was it, or them, or they them.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm like, I look at that and I'm like, that's not woke. That's just more options, which like
Options.
people acknowledge that already in society. So I'm like, okay, so I know which one I am, so that doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of that to me is not woke. Woke is kind of what Loke was talking about with Remnant, where it's like no matter what you
Yep.
choose,
You
you
don't have a
still get
choice.
called, something that
Yeah,
you
they or
never
them or
asked to
whatever,
be
yeah.
called. It's subtle and it doesn't really like it messes with Loke's experience much more than it messes with mine. Because like I said, I didn't really even notice until
Yeah,
Loke
I
said
didn't
it, and then I
notice.
noticed, and I'm
Well,
like,
which
oh,
game
well,
was that?
Remnant
whatever.
2.
Remnant
It,
2.
it,
Oh,
it,
right. I didn't play that much of it, so I don't know.
yeah, and Remnant, and I don't, and like I said, Loke's a lot more passionate about it than I am about it. I don't really think it's any big of a deal, but at the same time, I could see why subtlety to something like that could be irritating to somebody that is exceptional when it comes to you know Loke really always drives home how words mean stuff. So if words do mean stuff, then that means something. And
I
and
mean,
I
the only
don't think
reason
anybody
we're
can
here.
really deny that words mean stuff because words
Yeah.
get started from words.
Babies get made off words.
Facts.
Yeah. And Gogo Poe, where to draw the line? I don't draw the line. I don't care how woke, how unwoke your game is. Like, if Goodbye Volcano High was a good game, I wouldn't give two shits.
Yeah,
If
just make a
Dante's
good game.
Inferno, if Dante's Inferno that EA made a couple of years ago was not like, if it was not Bible accurate, I wouldn't give a shit. I only have 2 hours per day, if I'm lucky, to sit, grab a controller, or go on the PC and play a video game. I don't need a mediocre experience if it's a new game. If it's a legacy game, motherfucker, if you are making a sequel and I have expectations based off of what I bought from the previous game, because don't lie to yourselves. The reason sequels have value is because of what came before. Dark Souls 2 had hype from Dark Souls 1. Same thing with Dark Souls 3, same thing with freaking Elden Ring. So
Same thing with Saints Row. R.I.P. He's
damn,
one of the
man.
worst
For low blows.
games I've ever
It
played.
didn't quite hit those expectations, did it? It didn't live
It
up
hit
to
something though. It
hit the fucking bottom of the sea is what it hit. Shit, that was not good.
Yeah. I think Luke got it right. Moment of silence for fucking the Volition. God damn.
Yeah.
Damn, yeah, poor Volition. Jesus, man, bad way to go out.
Not really. I don't think poor Volition. You
I
give
do
it
because
deserve.
it's under Embracer, and there's no way that any Saints Row veteran who worked on that game to provide for their family to make money was like, this is the game. This is the game I've been dreaming my entire career to make. There's just I refuse to believe that. That had to be from Embracer, because Volition, they basically went from like legit GT, like for the first two games they were like legit competitors with GTA, and then they kind of got silly, they kind of got goofy, but they still kind of did their own thing. And then with this last one, it was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, this doesn't track at all.
Yeah.
So
and to continue Gogo Poe's point here, he says some people think one black character in a game, that's woke. Those people,
yeah, that's insane.
Right? It's not insane. Those people, in my opinion, they just they're not very good with the English language. They're not very good communicating their thoughts and feelings, because you ask those people how they felt about Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and not one of them will shit on that game. They'll tell you about all the fond memories they had. They'll tell you about the Chinese triad. They'll tell you about Catalea and all that stuff, right? CJ, etc. These people, a lot of people are upset at shit writing and bad games. And what they want to do is point at the easiest target, because it's very hard to attack bad writing. It's very hard to attack shallow characters. And most people usually go for the low hanging fruit. And the low hanging fruit is Sweet Baby and all these other consultancies. They're not the problem. The problem is we don't get good characters. We don't get good story arcs. We don't get good game design. Nothing. You get the good stuff in Japan, and people are getting tired of the anime style. And that's what I think is really the issue. It's not that they're tired of woke. They're tired
Really
of
good
bad
stuff in the
games.
United States as well, but it's usually not super duper attached to like. I feel like the I feel like thing like when I think of Bethesda, I don't think about woke anything. I mean, other yeah. I mean, but when I think about Activision, that's different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sitting here saying Xbox is great. Xbox, no, Activision has some moments, and I don't think that they're bad at all for wanting to make a transition. I just think that when you use a legacy game sometimes and you expect a different outcome, it's kind of nuts. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. I mean, because then you're taking a test with people's nostalgia and love and then trying to mix something in that they didn't go to maybe the theater the first time to see. Now they're seeing something totally different, and it's like, God damn it. And it's like, maybe I would have liked that game if it was its own game. And see, I said the same thing, and this has nothing to do with woke. This was just a bad game, in my opinion. I said the same thing about People Could Fly Gears Judgment.
Yeah.
Gears Judgment, I was like, yo,
they tried to
might have
gamify
liked
it
this
too
game
much.
if it wasn't Gears.
Yeah.
I might have liked this game if it wasn't Gears. But seeing that it was Gears, why am I getting a end of level score? What is that? That breaks the story's immersion completely for me.
I never played Judgment, but now that you've said that, I'm like, I don't think I ever will. I don't know.
Notice how I kept talking about Gears of War 1, 2, 3, and then we jumped to 4. Did you notice when I was telling you
Judgment
guys
is
the story about my brother?
Judgment is like the biggest issue that has zero to do with anything like this Sweet Baby and stuff talking. That to me was, and I've had people argue with me about it before, that's just a bad game.
It was a bad
Gears game,
bad.
man. It's just
they gamified the end of the world. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, you gave me an arcade experience with a story game. Imagine doing that with turning The Last of Us, and you get to the end of Pittsburgh and you get like a C+.
And then points for headshots and whatever.
How do you feel after that?
Dude, Ham, it wasn't even that it was a bad game. It was a bad, you hit it on the head earlier. You said it was a bad Gears game. It was a bad Gears game. They should have made it something else. But that just doesn't work in the Gears history. it's revisionist history to say that San Andreas wasn't hated. You know what? I probably spent too much time around people that just wanted to play video games, because I don't remember one specific person bitching about San Andreas. Ham, Mental, Matt, do you guys remember people bitching about San Andreas and it being woke or having too many black characters or Chinese characters?
I literally couldn't tell you because I was in probably 4th or 5th grade. I wasn't plugged into any of that. I just got the new GTA and I just got on and drove the cars and killed the people. That's what that game was.
Man, San Andreas was the realest game to hit the
Man,
streets
dude,
when I was like that game was dope. Like
gaining weight.
the only thing that people were
That was wild.
complaining about in San Andreas was like some of the things that you could do in other games that was similar to it. So like you remember like True Crime Streets of LA, they had better shooting mechanics in the car and better fighting than San Andreas did. But San Andreas had different styles of fighting, and you could work out and change the physique of your character. So it was just like those were the only arguments people were having about San Andreas
I
back then,
remember.
is comparing and contrasting them to other games that were similar to
The
that.
race thing, dude. Like people didn't even talk about. Well, I think maybe we were hanging around very different people at that time, right? And please don't cite Cozy. Please don't cite news sources, right? Because after what's happened in the last few weeks, I think we can safely say that for the foreseeable future, at least, citing news sources in gaming specifically is not a dub for anyone's argument. Anyone's argument. Because all of them, maybe, you know what, maybe like 2% of them reported the facts on the ground that Cabrutus made a list and then someone tried to harass him. Like that sequence. Most of the other gaming journalist sites completely either glossed over that and were disingenuous or straight up lied. So even me personally, I will not be doing, I don't even care if it's IGN. Any discussion or argument, I want to see real people's texts or whatever. But don't be sending no articles talking about, no, it was reported by this and this and this, because we now know, right? Again, 10 years later, we now know that this is a problem. This is a problem in our industry. Ham, I'm guessing you highlighted Taye Talk's comment here. Go ahead, Mental, sorry.
I was going to say the lack of transparency in virtually every major outlet's reporting of what was actually going on is quite disturbing. Like completely ignored so many parts of the conversation. Makes you wonder. That's all I can say.
I don't wonder. I know.
It's not true reporting. That's all it is. I mean, it's just not true reporting. It's kind of just trashy. I don't know what else to say about it.
I don't think it's trashy. I think let's
garbage.
call it what it is. It's marketing. It's not garbage, dude. There's value to it. All right. We know about the Summer Games Fest. We know when that's coming out. We know that it's also going to be coupled with IGN's.
I'm speaking specifically towards their report on, quote, Gamergate 2 or whatever you want to call it. I don't really care, but that's what I'm talking about. That wasn't reporting. That was just, advertising, or I don't even know, like, what do you call it, right? It was damage control. There's a million different ways you can say it, even like propaganda, whatever. It wasn't reporting though, because it didn't tell the story. It told one version of it that was far from reality. How do you skip the part where you had SBI employees attacking somebody and trying to, shut down their Steam account and stuff. Like that's just
A person of color, might I add.
yeah, like it just didn't make
That's so
any
important.
sense. Yeah, it didn't make any sense. And then even like you've got their CEO completely contradicting what was said in in those stories too. Like anyway, I'm done. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Is there something else to talk about?
Yeah, is there something
Anything?
Yeah.
Ham, you good?
Yeah, I'm all set. I think, I think we got everything and we need. I mean, let's
We haven't
definitely hit
gotten
the.
everything. We
Let's
haven't gotten
definitely
everything.
let's definitely hit Sir X Man super chat though.
Sexman, thank you so much for the super chat. Says there was Sweet Baby Ray in Mass Effect. Remember, I don't
Sweet
remember
Baby
Sweet Baby
Rays.
Ray. Who's Sweet Baby Ray?
Sweet Baby Rays in Mass Effect.
I mean, I know the barbecue sauce.
Baby Ray.
He's talking about that
I
chicken
don't-
sauce.
Thinking about
Okay.
when he ate some ribs and played Mass Effect. I don't know.
Baby Ray.
Southern style barbecue.
An example of woke that's fair to talk about is the inclusion of Yasuke, inclusion in Assassin's Creed in a long line of using native protagonists. They switched. Why is that bad or good? Which Assassin's Creed did they include Yasuke? I'm curious. I have no idea. Hey, Yobi's here. Oh, peace, love, life. What up, y'all? Welcome in, Yobi. Ham, I was saying before you talk about the super chat, there's more to the whole Sweet Baby thing. There's more. I just
Sure there is.
I just didn't have it ready, right? I didn't have it ready for this show because, like I said before, you've been running from it since like a vampire from the sun. So I was like, you know what? I'll just leave this for Sunday. But do you want to get into it?
Sure.
All right. Don't forget that you asked for this.
I didn't ask for it. I mean, you just keep telling me that you need to give this to me. I
All
definitely
right,
didn't.
fine. Let's leave it. Let's leave it for Sunday. Let's leave it for Sunday.
What do you mean leave it for Sunday? What are you gonna do?
What you mean? What am I gonna do? There's a whole lot of topics.
You're saying I'm dodging it, but you're kind of just dangling it. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I mean, you're making it sound like we should be talking about it on the air. Like, should we not?
Let me DM you with this latest tidbit.
You're terrible.
Where's Ham?
Why is this?
I'm terrible.
This is like, I feel like
what?
I'm about to hit you with that Cold Eastwood face or something like that.
So
like, Wood, you just sent me. I just got a leak.
I don't have connections like that, dude. I just have lots of space to bookmark stuff. So this is a tweet from Richie at Richie DeWitt, founder of It's Bare Knuckle. So apparently
I thought you were
a guy
sending it
with
to
lots
me.
of. I did send it to you, bro.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I'm resending it again. I've sent it twice now.
On Twitter?
Yes, on Twitter.
Okay, now I just got it.
Okay.
I mean,
all right. So the tweet Ham's putting up is of a guy that he's a game developer with lots of influence. Right? Not
political doggo. I mean,
he's
man,
not a fake.
This is gonna be
he's
great.
not a fake insider. He's not a fake insider. He's a proper he actually does this stuff.
What I don't understand. What this
Put
is?
the tweet
What's
up.
happening?
Not this one. The message before this one.
Oh Why did you just send me that one?
So you could put it up and everyone can know that I'm not capping about he is the founder of a development team.
What's the @ for the person that shared it?
At fuck Koroks.
Okay, got it. This one.
Jeez.
That's a pretty cool @
Yeah. So this is a tweet that this person that has influence and has sided with Sweet Baby put up before protecting their tweets. I've been seeing more and more hateful Gamergate-esque opinions. I want to be clear on where I stand. I won't tolerate any harassment, violence, or threats towards devs, minorities, and women in our industry in any space that I own or have control over. I don't care about your opinions and won't go into discussions with you. So right there, you've lost me, because I come from a country, right? And I've lived in countries where one side of the country could not speak. So I understand the importance of everyone should be given a chance to speak. Because if people like this are left to propagate,
Well, can I get more context? What's going on here?
This guy is a developer, dude. He's a lead developer on a team that has influence. And what he said, okay, let me finish reading. I don't care about your opinions and won't go into discussions with you. I'm not interested in explaining to you how little you know of workings of our industry, and will report and block your account immediately. And if by chance, there's a reason why this is highlighted. If by chance you happen to be working in this industry and you are voicing said opinions, I'll screenshot you. And irony is a beautiful thing. Put you on a person list and advocate that you'll never work at a company I work for or am associated with.
And then he had the audacity to put cheers on the bottom.
These are our heroes, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, look, I know that you said like he lost you at that first sentence in the third paragraph.
Yes.
But now that I have some context and then I look at what this is, and then the guy at the top of the post that has an insane @ that I did not want to get behind at all said the good guys are blacklisting people again. So me just judging the person's @ and seeing his name, I'm like, this dude has nothing really of any nothing of anything to say. And then you read this tweet and it's like I almost want to shake his hand now. Like it's just like
now you like fuck Koroks.
He just hit me with
a cool guy now.
Tweet of a dev saying, yo, if anybody speaks about anything that's happening up in here and I catch any messages or tweets or anybody talking about the ongoing things that are happening up in here, not only you can get fired, but I'm gonna make sure you can't work ever again anywhere else. That is like some evil, like 1990s Eddie Murphy comedy, crazy, like investigative type shit. Like that's going on right there, where it's just like, yo, like these people are got this like underground thing, and we need to send in Beverly Hills Cop to kind of figure this out. Because these people are insane. They're just saying, yo, you do anything that I find wrong, you fucked. Anything that I find wrong, not anything wrong, I find wrong. That's nuts.
Yeah.
No, it's
wow, context is everything. Isn't it?
It's everything.
Yeah, it
Sergeant,
speaks to the
Sentinel.
mentality, though. I
Welcome
don't
in.
know, man. Oh, yeah, I just don't have patience really for people that aren't willing to have a calm, logical discussion. And I don't know. This mentality, I just can't understand it. Like, you'll never win people to your opinions and your thoughts if you're just gonna attack and do stuff like that, like block and report and so on. Like, it just makes you look like the bad guy, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it makes
I don't
you
know.
look like you're wrong.
Yeah,
Which
almost unstable even. Like,
yeah,
why is the world in a state where we can't have calm discussions? Like, it's just got to be everybody's on opposite sides. Nobody can kind of meet in the middle and talk about stuff. It just
not
seems
only
weird.
not have calm discussion, but if you disagree with me, I'm gonna, like Ham said, I'm gonna make sure you can't work again in the industry.
Yeah, like that's just bullying. It's threats. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't
I
get
mean,
it.
there's a reason why, like, I guess you haven't heard any of this come from like a Sam Lake or a Kojima or something like that, right? Because like people that want to be there are there, but the way that this guy, the way that this Richie person sounds is like he has hostages. Like when
What?
you come out and publicly say something like that, you're pretty much saying I have people at hostage in some sort of way.
I have real power.
That's nuts. Like if you take a step back and just think about that, like
Uh,
sure, you get told about that stuff. Maybe like I'm sure there's people in the chat or like people on the panel that have worked in jobs where they have been told stuff like this. You don't feel fucking good when you're told this. When you're told that you can't share stuff, like some stuff is obvious. Like some things are just like, yo, that's an insurance liability. Don't share that. Like that's a legit thing to be like, hey, you can't share that because that will deter customers for wanting to come here. Like showing somebody like legitimately getting hurt like as like a promotion somewhere. Like you can't do that for most in most places. But then again, you can't hide that you can get hurt doing something like that. Like that's like an obvious thing. And like if somebody owns said content to do that, they can post it however they want. What's It's just kind of nuts how, in my opinion, that certain things that are like clearly illegal get told to be hushed about versus things that you sign up for a job
Yeah.
and are told that you cannot speak of. That's what's like the problem. It's like, I didn't sign this contract to keep quiet about this person getting harassed every day. Like that has nothing to do with this contract that I signed. So I
Well,
should be able to speak on that, but you're sitting here telling me that if I say anything that you don't approve of, regardless of the contract that I signed, you may get in trouble for it, but I also won't get a job again. Like he's saying, something about me, but I got your career in my hand. So which it's
what?
essentially like it's essentially like a Western drawl, like somebody walks, your boss just walked up to you and hit you with the hit and just hit you with the glove, right? I want to do.
You you don't have bullets.
Yeah,
That's the
man.
difference.
Well, your bullet is a 22 and he got a 50 cal.
Yep.
Like I said, you could still hurt him. You might destroy him, but it's a lot more likely that he's going to destroy you.
You were done. You were done after that.
Yeah, man.
So
This is
X-Men
nuts.
says that's
Yeah, I
how
didn't even see
companies
this
get
week though.
boycotted.
Pretty
Oh,
crazy
there's
tweet.
more. There's more.
Of
So
course
X-Man
there
says
is.
that's
Look,
how
it's never the end.
Matt's about to kill himself. That's how company
Hey
get
man, we got like
boycotted.
20 more minutes. So
I'm just
That's
relaxing, buddy. I'm just relaxing.
Cooling.
What's this? Okay, so G maybe said something interesting. Said Cozy, partnering up with like-minded teams makes perfect sense. Cozy then responds, "That's what upsets me the most. Is that that's what upsets me the most is that makes a space to support these games and reach gamers who will want to play them." Anyone want to comment on Cozy's idea of how this should be redirected?
I'm sorry. So, what was she replying to?
G maybe said partnering with like-minded teams makes perfect
Yeah,
sense.
no, I get what she's saying.
So that's what upsets me the most is that just makes a space to support these games and reach gamers who.
She's
Yeah,
saying
I
like,
mean,
go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, yeah, like it makes like what she's saying makes sense. It's just,
See,
yeah,
they don't want
I
to
don't know.
do that though because there's a lot of risk involved in doing that. Because then you're out on your own, and if it fails, you have no one to blame but you.
But yourself.
You know, like the risk is way higher. It's easier and more desirable and less risky to get involved with other projects that are already existing and try and have your views shown there. So I think but I agree, like with what Cozy's saying, like be brave and step out on your own and make the games you want to make. Then again, all of this kind of just goes away. Like there's no controversy, there's no nothing, right? You're just out there doing what you want to do, and that's cool. Go do that.
Yeah.
That's
Gogo
the
Paul
point of
says I've seen some people.
most
Go
businesses,
ahead.
though. They want max reward with,
Minimum
Least
risk.
invent.
Yeah, minimum risk, minimum. Yeah. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Gogo Paul, me and Ham and Matt and Mental. I think I speak for everyone here because everyone here has a platform in some way, shape, or form. I think I speak for everyone when I say we will not do what you were commenting here. So Gogo says, I've seen people balloon to 1 million subs by carrying the anti-woke flag. These people are frauds. They just like the attention and views. With us, from what I've seen, from what I have experienced on TSWS and on other channels, even Wise Old Gamer as well, we're not here for the views. Otherwise, I would be a console warrior. Ham would be a console warrior.
Oh, I'd be console warring like a
exactly.
motherfucker.
Because that's what gets you clicked.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think anybody can be a lunatic. So
yeah, because that's what
negativity sells.
It's easy.
But we're here.
I just have
to
dignity, man. I just don't want to do that, bruh. I'm good.
Also want to have a nuanced discussion. That's why even though when we discuss these things, you can find like entire like sections of our conversations where we're like, no, we're actually pretty cool with whatever it is that Sweet Baby wants to do. We're good with that. And then obviously the people that want to rage about Sweet Baby will be like, well, fuck these guys. They're not pissed off at Sweet Baby. We're not. They can do whatever they want. We don't advocate for the eradication of different views. What we are advocating for is better product. That is all.
Yeah.
I'm advocating for two things in particular that I want to just kind of throw out kind of separately. And one of them is I'm advocating for developers to take responsibility for your own product.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let somebody that has, a few bucks for you push you around. Don't forget, they're coming to you to put their name in the credits. You're not going to them.
Yes.
Right? And then the second thing is if you wish to see something if you wish to see something become popular, you're not going to do it following somebody else. You're not going to do that. I mean, I mean, that is literally like any company that you look at now, in the moments of them following were their worst moments of business history. Look at Square Enix, for instance, right now. They got caught in like a loop of trying to do too much of what they were popular for, but the only things that they were willing to branch out and try new were what other people were doing. So really, not only did they lose the popularity as where people kind of moved on to their types of games or their types of like feeling in the emotions that they used to invoke in their games. And then when you look at, oh yeah, I want to try something fresh and new, you get something like you get something like Bubble Fight, where it's clearly copying off of Splatoon and stuff like that, and it's just like, yo, that's
called
not the
Foam
type of
Stars.
pivot
All
you're
right.
supposed to make. You're
Bubble
supposed to
Fight.
pivot to make
Bubble
other people want to make a copy of your game. You're not
Yes,
supposed to
yes.
You're not supposed to be the big man on campus copying somebody else, man. I mean, what do I look like as a valedictorian looking over at somebody else's paper trying to get answers? You know what I'm
Yeah.
There's a
saying?
reason Kojima is Kojima, guys. There's a reason.
Yeah, as
There's
much
a
as I
reason.
like to crap on Kojima, he doesn't copy. He doesn't
Oh,
follow
yeah.
trends. He really doesn't follow trends. He makes his own shit. For
And he's
better
not
or worse.
in that he's not special, Matt. He's not
No.
special. That's why I keep saying,
No.
guys, look at what's happening in Japan. These guys are coming up with new franchises every 5 seconds. You can go take a dump right now, and there's a new Japanese franchise that's popping. It's not mid either. It's pretty good. And it's got a whole like an entirely new universe and it's diverse and all these other stuff. Are you telling me you can't do it in the US? Is that what you're telling me?
I think people in the US are doing it. It's just not the stuff that's being pushed here isn't like there's a lot of and again it comes back to the discussion of small developers. I feel like small developers worldwide and in the US are like they're doing their own thing and it's really good. It's just unfortunately not it's not what has a spotlight on it, unfortunately.
I feel like Loke has this kind of grass is greener idea of like you look at Japan and their games are better. You look at America and it's not as good. I feel like they both probably have totally shit games.
Oh yeah.
But one thing is America's more thought of as progressive when they ingest something into a game that kind of they're more popular for making a shit game because of an over progressive idea. They're more popular than Japan is for that. They're definitely more popular than China. Like forget about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Damn.
so like we have a much I feel like in America the scale is just weighed a lot differently than a Japan or a China. I feel like the scale is more similar to like a UK, right? To where it's just very similar ideals, but America still more progressive, still in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely hot fire here. It's just I feel like it's just like I guess I want to call it like something like the Spotify effect, right? Where it's like the only thing that used to be able to really emerge is stuff that made sense, right?
Yeah.
But now we have garbage things
Trending.
from from solid sources that have made good things before. So let's kind of put SoundCloud into this, right?
Mhm.
Bunch of SoundCloud kind of music that's usually only, popular in this area is now kind of making its way into the mainstream that is where you get most of the type of music that you like, right? So now there's so much different stuff to go through. Like it's like looking at a wall of just games. Just like think of a place. Think of a wall of just PlayStation 1 games. That's a lot of games, right? You have to get really close up and almost grab a game and look at the back of it to tell if you even think it's good or not. That doesn't even mean it's good. Still gotta throw it in and try it out. And I feel like that's a lot of these games. Now, it's very much similar to like a Spotify. Like I don't even know this person, but it's so flooded. It's so flooded that like this artist could be good, but the next song could be trash, or the whole album's trash, and this one song is good, but I don't really have any direction because it's not something I can get off of the radio. It's not like I have to. You almost have to do your own research to find out if something's good. So it's just diluted. I think America's just way more diluted than something like a Japan. So it's harder to kind of judge, in my opinion. I said a lot.
Vic says something interesting. He says Japanese got better weed or something because they got the best ideas and all their females are eye candy. Better weed. Like is weed the fuel of creativity? I don't understand. Mental.
Look, what did you just pick up over there, bud?
What did I just do? What?
You just leaned your arm up and picked it up.
Remote for AC.
I picked up your sack right when you said weed. Like God,
look at the move.
I was gonna say the way his arm kind of tilted down when he picked it up. I was like, "Damn, that's a heavy bag."
Look at the move his drugs. Make sure they're in a safe spot.
Oh Lord. Okay. Okay.
The first L for Loke is loud. Loud. A loud pack on them all the time.
Mental. What do you think about this idea? Because Ham and Matt are having too much fun with this. What do you think about this idea that the Japanese are more creative because of weed?
I don't know how many big dev studios are there in BC and Canada.
That's a wild question.
Yeah, that's a crazy question, but I mean, if weed's the driver for good video games, there should be a lot of great developing like studios in British Columbia, Canada, because that's the weed capital of the country. Yeah. So
Netherlands.
I mean, geez,
must be popping off right now. Game of the Year candidates.
Denver would be going nuts.
Yeah, no doubt. Be pumping games out like crazy.
As for the second part of the question, Vic, the females are eye candy because the Japanese understand that it's not about putting your ego into the product. Ooh. It's about pleasing the customer.
It's about selling ass.
Yeah.
No, reality is he's saying. He's saying it. Yeah. He's saying it without like saying it. He's just saying. I mean, he's more or less saying, "Would y'all motherfuckers shut up? You know what you want." He said, "Y'all shut your asses up. You know what you want to buy. Cut it out. If you don't like it, don't get it." That's what they're trying to say out in Japan. They're saying, if you don't like it, don't buy it.
And then what are people doing?
They still buy it. They still buy it. It's just like me and Netflix. You know what? Oh man, you guys are supporting that now. I'm gonna take 3 months off. Fuck you.
Okay. And then he comes.
Shit, they got this show back. Oh no, boom. I gotta support them again. God damn it.
Done. Yo, did you guys see the trailer for the Jennifer Lopez movie?
No.
Cozy and
looks good. That looks good. The Jennifer Lopez movie, it looks like Titanfall. She's in the robot.
Oh yeah,
guns and everything. Oh my god!
Yeah,
I can't wait
that
for
does
that
look
movie.
pretty.
I mean, that sounds hot.
That it sounds very hot.
Dude, I saw like
Jennifer
Vinny.
Lopez
I saw Vinny
mega
tweet about
fine
it.
still. Golly, she took
Yeah,
care of herself.
I saw Vinny tweet about that, and he's like, "What's Jennifer Lopez doing in Titanfall?" And I watched that trailer all the way through, and I legit thought it was a Titanfall movie until they showed the name of it.
I'm
Like
cool
that
with
looks
that.
like a Titanfall movie. It looks awesome. It does.
Yeah. So X-Men says he would have bought a PS5 for the Spider-Man multiplayer. Anyone
Hell
else would
yeah.
have bought a PS5?
What about that Horizon multiplayer? Would you buy a PS5 for that?
I need to see confirmation for that because I still don't believe it.
That looked like cap.
Yeah,
didn't look
it was
real.
Power World. They lying.
What
to me. I'm
the-
telling you, that was
That
modded
that
Power
looked worse
World.
than Power World, Ham. That looked worse than Power World.
It
It
did
was-
look worse than Power World.
It looked like a modded Power World that was a bad mod.
It looked like a mod to make it worse.
Yeah. I'm not a multiplayer guy, but I think I might just if that thing comes out looking like that, I'll install it. I'll install it
I won't.
just for the memes.
How wild would it be if that releases, but Spider-Man Online is? I mean, it's canceled. It's done. But they're like, we couldn't
That
do
would be
Spider-Man Online, but we'll
scandalous.
make it work with Horizon.
That would be scandalous.
I don't know.
I'm really hoping that was really early alpha footage
God
or something.
Yeah, it
damn,
has to be. It
Cozy.
has to be.
Cozy,
There's no
that
way.
was vicious.
Yeah,
I don't
Cozy-
think they. I don't think they do
Cozy cooked in
Horizon
the
like
chat.
that, man. That's
Ham.
that's wildly.
Check
disrespectful.
out what Cozy said in the chat about Japanese devs.
She
Jesus
cooked.
Christ.
She
Hey.
cooked in the chat.
Cozy's more vocal in the chat than she is on the show.
Oh
Are you
shit!
serious? Are you
I
serious?
did see in the chat earlier in the
Oh.
show. Cozy said she was drinking, so I think
Ah, okay.
she's feeling herself now. She's in her bag.
You
Yeah,
should have just
yeah.
gotten into it. We want live and drunk Cozy. That's what we need.
Oh,
No,
that would
I'm
be
not
fun.
sure. No, I don't think we do.
I don't think anybody can handle that. I don't think
No.
anyone can handle that.
No,
can't
I just don't
handle
think
the
the
truth.
guidelines could handle it.
No,
Yeah.
they'd eliminate this stream from existence.
Yeah,
Demonetized.
this show
Gozo
is
says
already
J-Lo,
nuts.
J-Lo never ages. Looks like she's still 30. Guys, can we talk about J-Lo?
Let's talk
She's
about
old,
J-Lo,
guys.
Luke.
J-Lo is
She's
old. But have you
How
guys
old
seen
is
that
she?
physique?
Oh,
Right?
I don't know, man. I know she's old.
Look,
Let's
she's
see.
good doctors.
Luke
a
wants to
lot
have
of
a
money,
thirsty
right?
moment.
I don't know.
54. Christ.
That's honestly
she's
not
just
as
a baby.
old as I thought she was.
Yeah, she's just a baby.
I thought she was probably in her
Um,
60s, but good for her.
You thought she
Damn.
was in her 60s.
Not like based off her looks or anything. I just thought she was an older. Like I thought she was
Ain't
older.
that damn old, man. She was.
Here
God
come-
damn.
Here come the conspiracy theories.
Hey,
Sergeant says she probably is bathing in tiger blood or some crazy shit.
yep,
Jeez.
yeah.
Tiger blood? What? Cozy, we don't need any protection. I done sent
I'm
you
not
the
gonna
link.
say what I'm thinking right now.
How many babies,
Ham.
J-Lo? How many babies?
Oh no.
I mean, all right. Matt
Okay.
just took it.
He said it. He said it for you.
Matt said it. Yeah.
I just asked a question. I just say, just ask a question.
Cozy, why are you being jelly? Why you serious? I agree with Gogo Po. Why are you being jelly? And you're fit too. Usually it's the overweight women that are jelly. Don't be jelly, Cozy. Come on. Anyways, guys, I think we should wrap it up because there's more sweet baby stuff. But me, mental,
sure
and
there
Ham,
is.
if you wanna come through on Sunday, man, it gets messier. There's more. There's way more.
Surprised you didn't bring it. Actually, I won't bring it up. I'm not gonna bring
Yeah,
it.
don't. We're trying to hop
Yeah.
on off. All right.
Yeah,
That's what we're
I
trying to
won't
do.
bring it.
All right. Ham, you wanna bring up anything before we hop on?
You sure you want me to bring up something? Because if I bring up something, it's gonna be
Let's go.
nuts.
Let's go. If you have something, bring it up.
Oh no, you shouldn't have asked. You
And Nate, I'll
shouldn't
see you
have
on
asked.
Sunday, bro.
Because
I
this
will see
is
you on Sunday.
because no,
Let's
you're not
go.
gonna see me on Sunday. That's for sure.
Oh,
But
come on.
I'm just like you guys said what you guys said, and it made me think of this. Like, have you guys ever seen this before? Like that look?
Oh,
Like from guys' dicks?
yes,
Foreskin.
That would be what that is.
from
Yeah.
penises,
That's what
Lo, from
foreskin is,
penises.
look, you know. I
Is
mean,
that why they want people to
it's
get
still
circumcised so they
English
can send it to
language.
Oprah?
Dude,
Why are people
Pretty cool,
laughing?
isn't it?
Why are people laughing?
I'm sorry, Steve.
Look at that face. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
he did it. I think he did it better than Colt. Look at that.
Yeah, that's better than fuck.
That man is fucking like his
It's like,
life
what did
flashed before his eyes.
I saw this because I saw Bobby Lee do like a bit on
Foreskin.
this, and it was
Foreskin,
just disgusting.
You hear that? It's not just foreskin; it's baby foreskin.
Yep, that's fucked.
They're
That is-
circumcising babies. They're circumcising babies for
Oprah's face.
this is
For Oprah's face, specifically for Oprah's face, Lo.
I shouldn't have said, Ham, go ahead and put up whatever you want to put on the screen. I shouldn't
I
have
mean,
said that.
hey,
She's
I
importing
didn't do
baby
it, you did.
foreskins.
And like this is not even conspiracy theories anymore.
No, this is a fact.
This is
This is not a conspiracy. It's
that's nuts.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Who knew?
Maybe we
pretty
should just
cool.
fly on out of here, though.
you know what, the hotel bar is still open. So
Let's end on a positive note.
Room service.
Matt, plug your stuff.
Yeah.
man.
Oh man, you can find me on Twitter.
Cozy,
at Matt Likes
what?
Games.
Hold on, Matt.
Did you see her comment?
What?
Honestly, they probably. Oh no, I was talking about the other comment. Jesus,
Lord
that one's
have
bleak.
mercy, Cozy. You know what?
That one's bleak.
Maybe it's a good thing you didn't hop on here after drinking. All right. We'll see you next week.
I thought you were talking about the one where she said Steve Harvey already looks like a penis. That was pretty funny,
Bro.
But yeah, as for myself, on Twitter at Matt Likes Games, YouTube, Matt Likes Games videos every Monday and Friday. Monday is also the L3R3 podcast at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then Wednesdays, it's the Two Player podcast with myself and Ham Solo. And then I'm here every Friday for BullSittin. So that's where you can find me.
Mental, tell everyone else where they can find you.
Mental 9R on Twitter, X, whatever. PlayStation, Xbox, everything, Steam, except for YouTube, Caffeine Entertainment, as you see in the graphic there. I got a few videos up. I'll be dropping some more stuff again shortly.
All right. Gogopo says you guys need to keep up on your conspiracies. Some of it's real. You know what, Gogopo? My DMs are open. But if you send me anything other than video game conspiracies, I'm blocking your ass. All right? I don't need stuff like this. Okay, I don't need to know this. This, I'm good on this. All right. What's this? Hey, Lounge Lizard, welcome in. Says, hey guys, didn't Sandra Bullock talk about some shady shit with?
I think
you know
she
that
did.
sound that you just made, Loke, is the same sound that Christopher Reeves made in South Park.
when
he's
he
eating.
was.
Um,
I'm not going to say what he was doing, but
He was having a snack. He was having
like
a snack.
he was.
We
He was
really,
chowing down.
we really need to leave. This is getting
Oh man,
out
Going
of
downhill
hand.
fast.
I thought the Sunday show was too conspiratorial. This is just
This isn't even conspiracy. No, let's go.
that's not a conspiracy.
No, that's not conspiracy.
This one that
bunch of-
Lounge Lizard sent is not a conspiracy, Matt.
No, that's not a conspiracy. I mean, Sandra Bullock said that. Whether or not it's true, she said it.
All right.
Jeez.
I still need to sleep today. This is
Focus
Ham.
prolonging it and pretending he doesn't
Ham, do
want
you
to
have
hear
anything
it
to
anymore.
say? Nope. I'm trying to get out of here. Ham, do you have anything to say before we go? This is not okay. There's no alcohol to cleanse this. Go ahead, Ham.
First of all, that's better. Anyways,
I should start
I
doing
like
that,
this setup
honestly.
with the 4 squares and or 5 or however many.
You're welcome.
Better.
You're welcome.
But yeah, I'm gonna be going to PAX
Let's
next
put him
week,
up, yeah.
so you'll see me.
Hey.
I'm going to PAX next week, so if you're going to PAX, you'll see me there in Boston. I'll be there Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm still doing the crossover with K Megan. I'm still doing the lowdown with Loke. I'm not going to be able to do the show with Matt this Wednesday coming up. So heads up to Matt. And I'm probably not going to be able to do this show next Friday because I'll be on the floor there. Maybe I'll call in while I'm there on the floor and just say what's up to you guys and stuff like. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna set a timer for that and I'm gonna hop on with you guys just for like however long I can until I gotta go. I think it'd be kind of fun just to say what's up while I'm there. Maybe I can say hi to somebody while I'm there. I don't know, maybe. I know Cog and everybody will be with me, so it'll be pretty cool. I'll have them hop on and say what's up, like King David and all them guys. So yeah.
Hold the line. Let's go. Vic, the motherfucking click. Thank you for the super chat to end the show. Says amazing episode, guys. Ham, anything else before we hop off?
No, this was a fun episode. It was pretty controversial and nuts in
Not
many
really.
ways, but I mean that's kind of what this channel is become. So I'm just gonna kind of embrace it, I guess. It is what it is, and you know what? Sometimes I like riding the bike with no handlebars. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's nice.
Little risk.
All right. Thank you to everyone for coming through. There's no last point this week because, as I've said before, I'm on the road, barely have enough time to sleep, but it's been fun. So I'll just do the last point like off the top of my head. Right? Didn't write a script. Hopefully, I won't get us to lose the last few remaining ESG points we currently have.
They're gone. Don't worry.
Do
about
we
it.
have those?
Yeah, don't worry about it. They're gone. Just let it fly.
Anyway, before the last
Burn
before
it
the
down.
last what remains of TSWS. Before we leave, Ham plugged the other shows, but yes, we do BullSittin every Friday. Sunday it's the gaming log with me and a couple of guests. Sometimes it's just me, but this week we're going to do the part 2 of last week's Sweet Baby dive, deep dive. Monday, like Ham said, is the crossover. Tuesday, it was pretty deep. Tuesday is the lowdown. Wednesday, no 2-player podcast, but I will try. Matt, I would like to do the 2-player podcast with you if you could change the time.
Yeah,
Could you make
let
it
me
earlier?
know. You want me to make it
earlier?
What time are you thinking? Bud?
You could do earlier than you could do like what we used to do for like the lowdown, like 1 o'clock my time.
Yeah, so 1 hour earlier than we just started today. That would be good.
Or yeah, that'd be that. Yeah,
let's do it.
Let's do 2 o'clock.
Awesome. Finally gonna make the 2-player podcast. Jeez, Matt, you're gonna gain.
Even
like
though all he does is play
3,000
single player games,
subscribers.
fucking fraud.
Go and ask Sensei about single player games. All right, I
I'm not
started
talking about
whooping his
getting
ass.
clapped one
No, no,
on
no. Last
one.
week I beat him. No, no, no. Ask him. Last week I beat Sensei. Ask him. Ask him. I figured out King. Now he's training up Dragunov. So we'll see. Anyway, so Wednesdays it's the Two Player Podcast on Matt Likes Games channel. So this coming week I'm going to be on Matt Likes Games channel. There's no loader. There's no behind them sticks this Thursday, but usually we have behind them sticks where Mr. Ham Solo interviews various personalities in gaming. You beat him once. Whatever, Cozy. Whatever. And on that note, we're going to do the lowdown. I shall be brief. Ham, Matt, don't time me. Don't you dare time me, Matt. I
Well,
shall
now
be
I'm gonna
brief.
time you. Give me a second. Hold on. I mean, now I gotta time you because why would you say that?
All right,
Go
next time I
for it.
won't bring it up. All
Go
right,
for it, Lo.
last point. Everyone has a job to do. As the famous saying from The Matrix goes, we are all here to do what we're all here to do. You're game developers. Make games. Your voice actors. Do the voices. No one expects you to do more because when you try to, you fail. And we like to think of you as winners. So please stop failing.